Hello and welcome. This is Tyra with Jaunty Cat, and you're watching me work on one of my latest drawings, Chastity. And this is the second part. The first part of this video is linked below. So, what you're seeing at this point is me working on a few details of drapery. In this segment, I'm mainly going to be working on drapery. You're seeing a lot of graphite here, and one thing to keep in mind is that I did not start with the actual graphite pencil. I don't know if you can see this from your screen, but there's some blue in there, and that comes from me doing my gestures drawings in color pencil, and I'm effectively working in layers on top of that, so I don't have just a whole bunch of graphite that I'm working with and having to erase out as I go along. So, yep, there we see adding in some values, some tertiary clothing folds. I did not go in too soon and do too much with these little secondary folds because I wanted to concentrate on making the overall shapes of the clothes and the drapery and her veil look all nice and elegant, almost like the Baroque or Renaissance painting. So in the first video, you would have seen me maybe erase some of these areas and get it to look more blocky and have more visual weight to it. Because if I had started doing what I'm doing now, going in with the individual clothing folds and done that in the beginning, then it just wouldn't have as much of a three-dimensional effect. So see, I'm going into the skirt a little bit, and I have a direction that I want the skirt to flow in. I want a nice whimsical feel to the skirt. I want it to look like maybe she has a petticoat or two under there. So I really had to get those large masses mapped out first before I went in to just do all the cute little clothing folds. And another trick here to cover more ground and make drawing and graphite work a little bit more efficiently, I lay my pencil down on its side, and it's, you just go in and, similar to charcoal, just covering those chunks of values a little bit quicker. And again, I employ the same process here on her boots. And as you can see, I'm not working so much on details at this point of the drawing. Another thing that I'm trying not to work on so much is a lot of different crazy lighting effects or reflected light. I mean, there's some indication of it, but at this stage, I'm really trying to model the figure, model the different forms, and get the overall structure to look as realistic as I can possibly get it. See, I use my finger to smudge, and I'm trying to use this white eraser to aid me in my value setup here, but I don't really care for this. I'm going to need to get a kneaded eraser. Those are the erasers that you can mold and smudge and do really cool things with them. They tend to be gray. I had some, but I forgot what I did with it. I haven't used a kneaded eraser in a while. I was on a Twitter discussion not too long ago where we were talking about kneaded erasers and white erasers, and I think I'm definitely gonna want to get a kneaded eraser since I'm doing all these graphite drawings. And one other thing that I wanted to point out is that I'm working on this drawing chunks at a time. If you can tell here that I'm mainly working on this figure, the female figure. There's other figures that will be added. There's going to be backgrounds. It's going to be pretty involved. So in the past, I've tried to basically work on an entire painting or an entire drawing and everything, but it hasn't produced results in the way that I would like. So what I'm really getting into the habit of doing now, especially with this next batch of drawings, I'm going to do my thumbnails, get my composition planned out beforehand, but then when I actually work on a detailed drawing like this one, I'm going to just focus on a piece at a time. I used to work like this a long time ago, but it basically, I don't know, it fell by the wayside. But now I'm gonna do more of that going forward because I can concentrate on what's going on with this figure. I can just take it in little reasonable chunks. And so I hope that seeing me get this drapery and work on this stage of the drawing is useful and maybe a little entertaining. Now I do post regular updates of my work that I'm working on, more so on my Twitter and Instagram, and even on me and Tasia's Facebook page. All of those are going to be linked below. So if you want to see more of what I'm drawing in real time as I work on it, definitely take a look and follow those links, and you'll even be notified whenever we put out new videos. We are really getting into posting more videos twice a week now, so subscribe here on YouTube. But thank you so much for watching and follow us. We will be glad to have you.